We're passing it on to Matthew. He's going to tell us a little bit about Robert E. Lee.
So about Robert E. Lee, and the reason why he surrendered the war because he did not have any purpose for sending out his men, because I feel like that should have been one of the main reasons. If you're going to send out your whole army, you should at least have a purpose, but he didn't. He just sent them out and just let them die with no honor or anything. After that, he disbanded his whole army and the parole part. So that's one of the reasons why he entered the war at Virginia, because that's where the war was at, I believe, for Civil War. And after the Civil War, he did not have a great view. He had a negative view on the African Americans, and he believed that there should not be any equal rights with the white Americans. And that was my little information.
Okay, now I have a question. Now, okay, so I just need to know. So you said the reason why he surrendered is because he keeps losing men, right?
Right, because he did not have any purpose for it.
So he didn't have purpose to keep fighting, because if he kept fighting, he would lose more men for no reason.
I put it simply, he was more as a selfish one, because here's the reason.
I think that's stop.
He would, hold on, hear me out.
The information me and Kanye have gathered saying he was nothing like this.
Okay, but hear me out. Why would he send his whole army without any purpose? He didn't have any purpose for surrendering by sending his whole army.
Okay, I have to stop right there because that's not. I feel like that's false because he had a purpose. He had a purpose in the beginning. He sent his army. You know, armies they fight against each other, right?
Right.
That's the purpose right there. And with that, he just felt like he keeps sending his men. Right. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's sending his men out there, but he's not getting the result he wants to. Everybody's dying. And like I said before, he loves his men. He treats them like they're his own family. He comes to them about problems, you know. He's a good dude. He loves his men. So I feel like once he saw that everybody was dying, he would lose so many people he cared about, all his soldiers that he trained, he felt like he had to stop. He had to surrender because if he didn't, what would happen? It would be more bloodshed, more violence, more everything. It just wouldn't go his way. And he could tell he wasn't going to be able to win that. So I feel like he had a purpose from the beginning, but he was slowly losing. So he decided to make the best decision for him and his men. Because most generals, they just, you know, like we don't watch a lot of stuff in class. We done did a lot of stuff. Right. Some generals just send their men, and then they die. Oh, they send more men.
Right.
But since he cares about his men so much, he's willing to surrender, and he's ready to lose that whole war for his men.
Right.
Which is something that I feel like that you should have to do. Like you're a general, so you're supposed to do stuff like that. So what you're saying, I just feel like it's slightly false. I feel like he wasn't selfish. He was very
caring for his men.
Yeah.
Like, who would send their family out to die if they know they have no chance to win? Nobody in the right mind would do that. That's why he had to take them back. That was his reason. He didn't have no reason to stop fighting. He had a reason. He had to protect his family. So I believe that the reason that you're saying is wrong, like Kanye. He had a good bond with his men and his family. And that was the reason why he joined the war on the Confederate side, because his family. If he didn't care about his family, he would have joined the Union. And so yeah, that's what I believe.
And I feel like you're not completely wrong because maybe, you know, not a lot of people know Robert E. Lee. They just know what he did. They ain't know what type of person he was. So I can see where you're coming from because if we just put the topic out general, you're thinking of somebody that leads or commands the army, right?
Right.
You're not thinking about some kind-hearted dude that loves this. You're thinking about, oh, I'm war hungry, or I'm a savage, or I don't care.
Well, I don't think you understand that part. War is just going at each other, fighting against each other exactly. But here's the thing: in most wars, they don't care about their army. They just want to win, have the better ground, have the higher ground, have more territory.
And I understand it, but that's not Robert E. That's what I'm saying. That's not Robert E. Lee.
Robert was a kind person.
If he was a kind person, why would he send out his own army? He had more army than the other. So why would he send his own army if he was only defending his own home country and his only family?
Yes, that's the reason why he sent his army out in the first place, to defend his country or the people he was fighting for.
Exactly.
He didn't send them out there just
to
kill
die.
them. Yeah, he had a plan in his mind to protect his people at home. These soldiers that came to him and it was in his army knew the risk when they came. They knew they were fighting people that would kill him or they could get killed. So basically, I believe, like me and saying that what you're saying is wrong. Because who would, in the right mind, send people out to die for no reason? He's not one of the other generals you heard about many times before, the greedy ones or whatever. He joined this war because of family. He joined that side because of family. He didn't join because he wanted money or anything. He wanted to protect his family, and that's what he's doing by surrendering. After he realized that he was throwing away men's lives, that's why he stopped and surrendered.
All right.
Oh my God. Is that